Last night for dinner, I made oven-baked barbecue ribs, peas, and some honey cornbread, and I'm going to show you how I made it. First, I removed the membrane off the back of the ribs. This was so much harder than people make it look in videos. I struggled for a while with this. Then I just took some mustard. You could use yellow mustard or Dijon. I just used what I had in the fridge. You're going to coat the front and the back of your ribs and rub it in really, really good. Now I'm going to make my rub to go on top of the ribs. I used this barbecue seasoning that I had in the cabinet. I also used black pepper, some light brown sugar, some cayenne for some more spice, and a little bit of onion salt because I ran out of onion powder. You're going to go ahead and coat as much of your ribs as you can with the seasoning that you made. Once you coat it, you're going to pat the seasonings into your ribs, and you also want to do that same thing on the back too. You're going to lay out some aluminum foil. I like to use a little extra just in case. You're going to go ahead and set your ribs onto the aluminum foil sheets. I like onion in a lot of my food, so I went ahead and added like half of a white chopped onion onto the top of the ribs. Once that's done, you're gonna go ahead and cover your ribs up. I just placed them on a cookie sheet, and you're gonna bake in the oven on 350 for about 2.5 hours. Now for the cornbread, I didn't have any cornmeal to make it homemade, so I just used Jiffy that was in my cabinet. I feel like Jiffy is the best box cornbread you could buy. At 2 hours, I took the ribs out so that I can put the barbecue sauce on top. You can use any barbecue sauce. I only had Sweet Baby Ray's, which is not my favorite, but I still used it. And you can just brush it all over the top of your ribs. I didn't put it on the bottom. I usually would, but I just didn't this time. I turned the heat up to 400, and I put the ribs back in the oven. As you can see, I almost dropped them because I burned the shit out of my hand. They should look somewhat like this when you take them out of the oven, and they were also very, very tender. They were falling off the bone. I could have made a lot more with this meal, but my husband only wanted peas and cornbread.